Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I am your girl Molinda Jae, and I am coming to you because y'all, I was minding my business yesterday. Of course, I have yeah, I was before I went on the clock, y'all. I was minding my business yesterday, and I was scrolling on Twitter because one, I'm gonna be talking about the Malorganics buyout by Procter and Gamble PNG. That'll be in another video. But yo, I came across this article. I came across this tweet in regards to 5 officers being fired amidst a SEX uh SEX uh, uh scandal investigation. Yo, it shook me. I was shooketh. Okay, I was shooketh, and I'm trying to look at my thesaurus to try to get another word for the intimate relations. Yes, intimate relations. Okay, intimate relations. That's what we're going to call it. Intimate relations. So let's go ahead and get into it, because I kid you not, every day there is something real. Whoo, there is something going on in the water, y'all. This is coming from WBIR.com. So WBIRnews.com. All right, let's go. It says within the article, the Laverne, Tennessee from Laverne, Tennessee. It says 5 Laverne police officers were fired this week as part of an ongoing investigation into multiple intimate events between members of the department's evening shift. At a city's spokesperson told WSMV4, a sister station with WBIR. 3 other officers were placed on unpaid suspension under the same investigation. The investigation started on December 12th when Mayor Jason Cole reported rumors of the intimate acts to the city's Human Resources Department, according to a shocking investigating report obtained by WMSV4 through a records request. Cole said he received information from a source that Officer Megan Hall was having intimate relations with other not family members, Lord have mercy, with other members of the Laverne Police Department. Those employees include Sergeant Lewis Powell, Officer Patrick Officer Patrick, Officer Larry Holiday, Detective Sinka Shields, and Officer Juan Lugo Perez. Child, she went through all the departments. Okay, all men admitted to having the undisclosed intimate relations with Hall. The investigator reporter said it adds Shields told city officials Hall performed fellatio on him while they were on duty inside the police department gym returning to their desk to finish the workday. Oh my gosh. The report also uncovered a Girls Gone Wild tape party involving multiple officers and their families in the hot tub on Laverne Police Sergeant Eric Statt's houseboat. The report says Hall's top came off and officers were drinking heavily. Hall, Lugo Perez, Powell, Shields, and Sergeant Henry Ty McGowan were fired. Holiday, Mag, and Officer Gavin were suspended. Laverne has a 60-person police department with 11 open sworn positions. Stats, who is the Laverne Fraternal Order of Police president, said he was aware of the investigation and none of the officers involved want to comment at this time. It's unclear yet if the appeals will be filed. WSMV's Brandon Tierney combed through the 20-page investigative report and found multiple mentions of intimate actions being performed at the department substation, officers participating in the open marriages with each other, and send explicit nude photos between officers. The report also said officers held football watch parties where officers drove under the influence of alcohol, kissed, and discussed having threesomes with Hall and their wives. I can't make this up. Can't make this up. Can't make this up. All I have to say is, what is going on? It brings to the new meaning of the freaks come out at night. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going through the New York Times as well. It says park ranger hubby of Tennessee cop fired for intimate relations with fellow officers, may not have supported open marriages. So the husband of Ms. Megan Hall is a park ranger, and he was not aware of the open marriages. It says the husband, this is coming from the New York Post, by the way, says the husband of Tennessee cop who was fired for having a intimate relations with 6 other officers is a wholesome state park ranger, the Post had learned. Ex-cop Megan Hall said that she and her husband, Jediah Hall, were in an open marriage, although he did not seem to be on board, according to the internal investigation at Laverne Police Department. According to Hall's Facebook page, she and Jediah were married on May 23rd, 2018. Born in Chapel Hill, Tennessee, Jediah said the time he spent in Henry Horton State Park as a child inspired him to work with Tennessee State Parks. Without much money to travel, Henry Horton became my family's go-to summer destination. Growing up on the trails and swimming in the river made me fall in love with our state park and being outdoors, he wrote in the blog for the Parks Department. Jediah Hall had initially planned to become a teacher, he said. However, while working towards his master's degree at Middle Tennessee State University, he was hired by Henry Horton State Park as a seasonal interpretive recreator over the summer. And of course, this is the image of the ex-cop Megan Hall here and her husband Jediah Hall, bless his heart. That summer changed my life. I decided to teach park visitors about Tennessee's history and natural resources, he wrote. He said his favorite part about working for the state parks department is witnessing the look in our visitors' eyes when they connect with our state's cultural resources. That wow moment makes all the hard work worth it, and it makes me fall in love with our park system all over again, he wrote. He also encouraged anyone interested in joining State Parks Department to start by volunteering at their local parks, picking up garbage and helping with waterway cleanups. Jediah Hall did not immediately respond to a voicemail left by the Post. Here in this image is one of the officers that was fired. This is Sergeant Lewis Powell, who was fired after a minute having intimate relations on Hall on the clock. Okay, it also states within the article Megan Hall, who joined the force in 2021. So this was not last year, but the year before last. Her fellow officers allegedly engaged in wild affairs that include exchanging nude pictures, taking her top off at the hot party, and even having fellatio with 2 officers. Megan Hall was ultimately fired for the misconduct, along with Sergeant Lewis Powell, Officer Juan Lugo, Sergeant Ty McGowan, and Detective Seneca Shields. 2 other officers who allegedly had romps with Hall, Patrick and Larry Holiday, kept their jobs but were suspended, according to reports. In December 28th report, Mr. Patrick said that he had seen Hall and Holiday kiss while watching football at a party, and said Hall had kissed his own wife, Amy, after learning that they had an open marriage, according to the document. What in the open marriage is this? The officer said Jediah saw the kiss and told officials he wasn't really on board and his wife having a threesome with Patrick, but she continued having a relationship with him, investigators said. And of course, here's the image of the couple again. Patrick also noted that he had become concerned about Hall's mental health and heavy drinking. He said Hall had once pulled the trigger on an empty gun pointed at her temple so she could hear what it sounded like, and she was suffering from mental illness. Powell initially denied that he had sexual encounter with Hall, but said everybody knows she had multiple partners. Oh! Holiday admitted under questioning having relations with Hall multiple times, and McGowan revealed that once he went to Hall's house with another female and exposed his genitals, according to reports. After initially denying having relations with Powell and Patrick, Hall later fessed up to the affairs and also admitted having relations with Lugo at the motel after they met at a go-kart center, a charge that Lugo initially denied before caving under a second interrogation. Oh! Under questioning, Shields said, I have never had sexual relations with Megan Hall, into admitting she had performed fellatio on him while on duty when pressed. A repeatedly mentioned event in the report was a Memorial Day party in a boathouse owned by another member of the department, which several officers had brought their children. Where were the children at when this happened? I just want to know. I got questions. At one point during the party, an intoxicated Hall was reportedly being force-fed vodka by Patrick in the hot tub, at which time her top came off and other cops stopped the former officer from drinking and helped her cover her up to protect her, according to the report. HR Director Andrew Patton, who authorized the report and conducted an investigation, sanctioned the 8 officers with various penalties for relation activities while on duty, relation, harassment, and conduct unbecoming of an officer, and lying during the course of the investigation, end quote. And that is the end of the article. But back to these officers here. Here's the sergeant here. Okay, Sergeant Lewis Powell. Next on the docket, we have Detective Seneca Shields, who was also dismissed in the connection of the investigation. He looks sneaky, I ain't even gonna lie. Next on the docket, not the rooms for homes. Back next on the docket, we have Officer Patrick, who was the one that forcefully fed vodka to Miss Megan Hall, which is right here next to him. And of course, there's another image of that, but Oh my goodness, y'all. I am gagging over this. Yo, when I seen this article on Twitter, I thought I was losing my mind for a moment. I thought this was a false report. But as I was looking into it a little bit more, I was like, you know what? This is crazy. What is going on, y'all? Am I still recording? Oh yeah, I'm still recording. Okay. Yeah, y'all. Oh my goodness. This is ridiculous. I done told y'all. Y'all haven't learned from TJ and y'all haven't learned from TJ Holmes and Amy Robach when it comes to the workplace environment and fraternizing and all. Have y'all not learned from them? You see what they going through now. Even though it says in the article that the wives were at these parties and events, and there has been remarks of, going into threesome relations with not only the officers but also the wives. Of course, you have to keep in mind that these are still your co-workers, and if something happens, they can always use that against you. And at the same time, it's just the testament of times that this happens every day. Well, not every day, but this happens in every industry across the boards in regards to fraternizing at work, and how with one decision that you make, it really can determine your destiny. It can really determine the unthinkable, right? Due to lack of self-discipline. All right. And this is the reason why situations like this is the reason why people are insecure in their relationships, or gain some insecurity within the relationships, because not only there is no understanding, there's lack of trust, and on top of that, there's lack of self-discipline as well, because of a person. There's just a lack of a lot of things. Seriously, these scenarios right here can cause people to snap if you mess with the wrong people. Luckily, nobody has experienced that within this realm here. But if it was any old other person and they just not realize what had happened, that it could easily have went all the way over to the left, leaving people being, being offed off, basically. So again, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to keep saying this. People, please be aware of what we got to be aware of what we are all doing at work. Yes, there is a such thing that of having a husband and wife duo at the workplace and all sorts of things, but at the same time, there's a reason why that rule is there of not fraternizing at work, because the unthinkable can happen. For the most part, the unthinkable can happen. There could be a lawsuit. There could be there could definitely be a lawsuit. There could be the loss of a job. It could be, oh gosh, it could be a mental disarray. The coworker could take it out on other people if they're not able to have what they want. I mean, seriously, have y'all not learned from Ime Udoka and their situation, and TJ Holmes and Amy Robach situation, just to name a few? Please take those scenarios into consideration, because again, just as graceful as some of the spouses are leaving the relationship from them, it may not happen the same way with you. Knock on wood. Okay. It may not happen the same way with you. God forbid it happen. But just for future reference, people, we got to have enough self-discipline to be able to hold off on those urges. Okay. And if you are in a relationship or if you are in a marriage and you still want to be in that 304 phase, okay, the lay it low and spread it wide phase, please do yourself a favor and the other parties involved to relieve and remove yourself from that connection ASAP, and explore and lay your legs wide open, spread them wide open on your own doing in time, and not while you're in a relationship with somebody and leading them on thinking everything is good and dandy when in reality you are doing the unthinkable behind their back. Okay, especially if they don't know about it. They probably have gotten inklings about it, but it's very different if a person don't know about the extramarital affair that is happening behind closed doors on the clock. And y'all doing this on the clock. What happened when y'all got when y'all received a 911 call? Were y'all still doing the business to finish it up and then move on to the urgency of the call, or did y'all just stop immediately of what was going on and then to tend to the emergency? I want to know. But other than that, yes, people, we have got to do better in regards to these commitments, these relationships, these marriages. This is why people think marriage is a joke, because of scenarios and situations like this and people not taking it seriously and not holding up to the vows that have been taken before the creator, right? The universe, God per se, however you want to name it. But feel free to leave your comments down below what you think about this situation. Have you been in this type of scenario? Do you think all of them should have got fired instead of just 5 out of the however many was in this little extramarital affair ring? Like, this is ridiculous. They are supposed to protect and serve, and they out here laying it low, spread it wide in the dark, right? That just brings a whole new meaning of the freaks come at night, because it did say in the article that they were doing these encounters on the night shift. So it goes down in the night shift, right? It goes down in the night shift. But other than that, feel free to, like I said, share your comments, your thoughts down in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know the next time I upload a video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.